Right, let's see how this goes. We are no longer at the petrol station. Alright, and off we go. So another 3-hour journey, roughly, to go a little over that, and I'll be home. So, a long, very much enjoyed time there. It's weird that it's been like 5-6 weeks, whatever the fuck it's been already. And yeah, I think this Thursday would have been 6 weeks. So crazy, absolutely flew in. It's just mental to think it's gone by so quickly. That is how these things work sometimes. Just gotta see what happens and try and make it so that the next time isn't as long. That's in the back of my car. I am driving. Silly sound alerts. Of course it's not there. Whatever. Uh-oh. Signal weak time. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it's picking up again. It's going to be a little bit patchy on places, but sure, we'll see what happens. Forgot about these roadworks, so can't be getting issues with that now. And I think I might pull over shortly and double check. I get the Twitch icon pop up to say something to me, so I don't know whether it's just the stream manager or something else, but I'm sure it's no big deal anyway. It's all good. So yeah, 3-hour journey ahead. I'll probably lose the light. I'll get most of the way with the light. I did intend to leave a little earlier, but I wasn't really in any hurry. I was just enjoying the last of my time there, and you know, just how it goes. But hopefully this is all coming through okay. I'm going through the Streamlabs mobile app again, just because it has alerts included apparently, but I think they're only for certain things, so I don't know. We'll find out in time if anything happens. I guess I should probably leave the sound on my phone for that actually. Nice straightforward drive home, and I have 28 to 30 litres of, well, about 28 I think litres beside me in the passenger seat. Well, kind of jammed in the well underneath. Thankfully though, Kiel had the brainstorm of just not putting the yeast in till I get home, and because he said that and thought of that, it means I don't have to worry about it bubbling up or spilling or any of that shit. It's safe to go, and it's handy for that. So yeah, there's no worrying about my meat getting all over like it did the last time. Just bubbling up through towels and getting everywhere and stinking the car up, but of course the yeast isn't in it now, so it's just wort at the moment, and it's ready for the yeast, which when I get home I'll stick in and maybe laughing. We'll have probably 4 or 5 months of fermenting to look forward to. And then I'm thinking I might change around how I done it. Last time I got 750ml bottles, and honestly 750ml bottles are just too much if you want to open a bottle, so I'm thinking I might go with 500ml bottles, which aren't necessarily designed to be corked. There's always ways around that. I think that's just like, that's a serving you'll happily sit down and have or share. Whereas a 750ml bottle of meat, there's always a little bit left. Hey, how are you getting on? Why is this not showing me? Weird. There you go. I saw the emote before I saw your name, Magoo. That was weird. Hey, Snowy. How was my Sunday? My Sunday was pretty good. Not very eventful. What did we do yesterday? Fucking struggling to remember what we even done. Nothing really. Oh well, we made meat, so you know there's that. But that didn't take us long. And then yeah, we had a nice dinner. Caustic, you're studying at the moment, so looking studying. What are you studying, Snowy? Yeah, so we made the meat. Costa cooked us a lovely red Thai curry, so we had that in Kil's place. Then went over back to Caustic, sat, watched some streams, had a few drinks, and then I went back to my room and we played some New World. Then today I just basically had a lay-in. Didn't get out of my bed. Right, go in. I just went over, packed up my stuff, said goodbye to anyone who was there, and hit the road. Stopped off for petrol, and yeah, figured I'd stream the rest of the journey. So we got a little, probably still about 3 hours or a little under 3 hours of a journey ahead. And I have beside me in the car what the meat is before I add the yeast. Cauliflower and water and honey all in one. Alright, finish your thing up, man. I'll talk to you later. But yeah, so basically I have a big brewing tub beside me that has 17 litres of water, and I think find a place to store it and then add in the yeast nutrient and the yeast, reseal it, and yeah, it'll be good to go. It's within a few hours it'll be fermenting, and then leave it there for a few months, and yeah, I'll have meat. And this one should be way nicer than the last one because it's using the actual fruit, whereas the last one used juices. The small batch one I used fruit in, and that turned out way nicer, so I decided 100% I had to try and recreate that. And then I have enough yeast and yeast nutrient and other elements left that I go mead, and I do like that idea. So I may have to look into seeing, you know, passion fruit will be hard to find. I know I can buy whole mangoes in the shop, no bother, but finding where the hell I can get passion fruit is going to be an issue. And I don't want juices, I want the full fruit or frozen versions of it. I don't mind frozen. I know I can get frozen mango easily as well. I might end up doing, I know there's a mango you can get, there's like a kind of smoothie mix, which is like mango, pineapple and something else, can't remember what it is. It's like tropical fruit smoothie mix. I might buy a few of them and actually make a tropical fruit mead. Just see how it turns out. In worst case scenario, it doesn't turn out well. Well, sure, it's only going to be like 15-20 euro worth of ingredients. Not going to be a big deal. And it's worth it to experiment and try it and see what it tastes like and what it turns out like. Like even I have probably 4 or 5 months ago, I would have opened my first bottle of the mead that I made last June, I think. I made in Mayo, and it was nice. It was very strong. It was very boozy on the front, and it is a very strong one, but it was still nice. And then I opened another bottle of the same one there last night, and the flavour had completely changed. The taste both. Well, the flavour hadn't completely changed, but the way it tasted had completely changed. It mellowed out even more and matured more in the bottle. So it ended up tasting way less strong on the front. You got the actual tastes of the apple and orange, and then you got the booze hit after. So yeah, I was happy with that. And needless to say, if I leave it even longer, it's going to be even better. So I have a couple of bottles that I will basically put aside somewhere and forget they ever existed. I'll stick labels on them to keep track of them, and then I'll put 1 or 2 bottles somewhere where I can forget they exist for like 5 years or something, and then I'll look at it again and see how it tastes after that. I think that's going to be the goal for every mead I make from here on, to just make sure that I put a bottle away for kind of storage, vaulting, whatever you want to call it, revisit in a few years. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do that. Fucking hell. I barely see there. That's dodgy. Hopefully that sun's not too much in your eyes for you lot, because that is bright as fuck for me. So I hope it's not blinding the hell out of everyone. There we go. Was I eating? I was. I took a piece of a whisper there and ate that. Was that obvious? I guess going from talking clearly to breaking up your sentence quite a lot, and then hearing a little random crunch noise or a blah blah blah. Don't get hungry? Well, get some food. It's not like you're not like literally behind your house, you lunatic. Go get something to eat. Treat yourself to something nice. Get yourself a whisper. You deserve it. An hour until dinner. You may as well wait. Well, it just means you'll really enjoy your dinner. What's on the menu for tonight? Don't have any whispers. Well, I mean, it's a whisper, but okay. Mac and cheese. I only, funnily enough, had mac and cheese for the first time ever probably 2 weeks ago. Caustic made mac and cheese, and for some reason I just never had it. And yeah, he made it. I was like, holy shit, this is lovely. How have I never had this before? Yeah, really, yeah. I just, for some reason, I'd never even thought of it. It always seemed like a very American dish to me. Not that I'm like, oh, I can't have an American dish, but I don't know, it just never even registered in my mind This car ahead is, you probably can't, no, you mightn't see it actually. It's not raining. There's a shit ton of liquid coming out of the back of that car. I don't know what in the hell it's up to. It's pulling to the side from me anyway. It is leaking hard. I'm sure he knows. That's probably why they're driving a bit slower. You only ever had a homemade and you love it. Yeah, well that's it. Caustic made it for me like last week, week before probably. One of the dinners he made was mac and cheese, and that's what I said to him. I was like, "What's this?" He's like, "Oh, it's mac and cheese." I go, "All right." Gave it a shot, and it was absolutely delicious. I just never thought to do it, like, because if I'm having a pasta dish, I would have either like turmeric pasta or I'd have a pesto pasta. Or like, and there'd be cheese on it, but I'd use something like Gran Padano or some kind of hard cheese, not the regular, unless I'm being lazy and I get like stuffed pasta that like boil, stuff you just basically reheat in water. Sometimes I'll make that, but then what I'll do is in the pan I will kind of fry up garlic and onions and add some say chicken or something to it. Dice up a little bit of chicken, garlic, onions, some cream, some cheese, make a sauce out of that and add it to the top of the lazy pasta and kind of make a much better dish out of it. That's usually what I'll do if I'm having something like that. I'm getting hungry now, for fuck's sake. I only have a whisper. I don't have delicious chicken and pasta. Though I do need to go shopping because I haven't been home in like nearly 6 weeks, so there's no food there for me. I didn't leave anything in the fridge, so I'll have to drop all my shit home, and then once it's all dropped off, pop back out and get some food in. Just have to make sure I am not too hungry, because otherwise I'll do that typical thing you do, buying fucking everything, you know. What's funny? What did I say? That's funny, Magoo, huh? Jeez, the one thing though, it is an absolutely gorgeous day for driving back. In terms of being able to see decent view and get a nice look at the place. It's a good time for it. Most certainly it is a good time for it. So I think when I came down it was kind of grey skies and looking a bit miserable, but it didn't really rain too much, a little bit here and there. Sure, now we got a lovely day. A lot of clouds in the sky, but no rain clouds. No angry clouds. So you can get a good view of everything. I just realised I think this isn't in full screen mode as it should be. So you can see you're only using part of it. Anybody, for any of you watching, I know Magoo, you're responding, so I'm going to ask you, is the screen or the video seem smaller than usual, or is it the same as any time I've been doing driving streams? Because I just went on to Streamlabs, but I didn't actually go through all the same setups. Seems fine, same as normal, excellent, that's grand. So it's probably just my side, it's looking a little smaller, which is absolutely fine. There's no harm in it looking a little bit smaller on my side. As long as what you're seeing is the same amount that you see usually, I'm good with that. your weekend? Like, how was your Sunday? I didn't catch. Were you streaming Sims yesterday? I didn't see you on at all. I was a little preoccupied with making meat for a couple hours though, so I might have missed you. Are you doing anything for Love Day? The absolute made up Hallmark holiday. I know some people like it, but I just never got it. It was lovely. Didn't stream yesterday. Kind of friends for Sunday dinner. Alright. The weekend went way too fast. Yeah, it did go quick, alright. I'll stream tonight to make up for it. Are you not busy tonight because it's Love Day, you know? Not having your Valentine's Day time? What are you going to stream tonight? Are you doing Sims tonight instead, or are you doing DVD? So you don't do Valentine's Day? I'm guessing. Or if you do it on a different day. Let's say Sims tonight. Alright. Excuse the rustling. Really, you're not very romantic. Yeah, I mean, I've always thought it was bullshit, purely because I dislike the idea that there's supposed to be a specific day where you show your affection to your partner, and by buying tacky shit. Like, it doesn't stand for anything. It's just a made up holiday, and if you're not showing the person you're with some kind of appreciation of them all the time, it's a bit fucking stupid to do it once a year. Like, yeah, exactly. Affection should be every day. You should be showing some kind of affection, some kind of caring, some kind of whatever every day. Not once a fucking year with a bunch of overpriced flowers and a shitty meal. That's why I've always disliked it. Mainly because it doesn't stand for anything. It's just a holiday for people who buy more shit. I just don't get it. I never have. I have been in relationships where they liked Valentine's Day, so I do something for them just because, you know. But personally, I couldn't give a fuck about it. I think it's a waste of, like, today's Monday, you know. That's all it is. For sure, those who like it, and there's no harm. You don't like flowers either? Ever, like? Don't get your flowers, get you a new game or a bottle of something. Is that it? Nah, everybody's different. I know some people who love flowers and some people who hate them. Just die after a few days. What's the point? Yeah, that's what I've always thought. Like, buy something else instead if you're gonna get something like that. You want to celebrate? Yeah, exactly. Sure. Everybody has their thing, and I always find it funny because sometimes when I talk about shit like that, and I'm like, it's a load of bollocks. It comes across like, you're just bitter because you're fucking single or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not, definitely not bitter. And I'm happy to stay where I am. just never understood that day. Most holidays, to be honest, I don't really get. Like even Christmas now annoys me a bit because there's no real. Christmas used to be big about family and seeing your family and kind of, or your friends or both, or celebrating together and getting together and, you know, that kind of shit. Now it's like buy stuff, get everybody fucking shit that they don't want and don't need. Buy. Yeah, then none of their business. Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck about that anyway. It's just easier this way. No drama. I don't do drama. I don't like drama. And I never relate bring drama. It's just on that. It's done with it, you know. Glad I'm not that side of the road, stuck behind the tractor. That sucks. The one plus side though, most times tractor drivers are pretty sound and will pull over the first chance they get to let you get by. So it's not too bad. Could always be worse. Did you log into DVD since the reset, Miguel? Did you get your new rewards? I was a bit pissed off. Obviously because I was away and I've been working and all that, I haven't been able to stream so much, and meant I also haven't really had a lot of time for DVD. So I only ended up, I think I finished Silver 3 or Silver 2 on Survivor and like Bronze 3 on Killer. It's just like, fuck. I still got like, I think 400,000 blood points. But knowing that there was like 1 million up for grabs for each side was like, fuck. I had more time to put in. God, you could get, yeah, same, yeah, exactly. But hey, it is a lot nicer. Like I redeemed them, and I always have a couple of 100,000 blood points. So it's like, yeah, it's fine. Are they keeping those blood points for next? Yes, they are, absolutely. Yeah. So that's the new reset now. You can earn up to 1 million blood points each side on resets. So if you get Erie 1 Survivor, Erie 1 Killer, that's 2 million blood points at the end of the month you're gonna have, which is fucking deadly. I'll push because I never give a shit about getting Erie ranks, even when it was like, well, grades, sorry. Even when it was ranks, I never gave a shit, because any time I'd get red rank like 2 or red rank 3, it would just get so sweaty I just wouldn't be enjoying it. And it's one reason I have literally never ever put onto purple. That would usually be my thing. I'd try and depip a bit, go back to purple, because it's just so sweaty in red rank. And I want to have fun. I hate sweaty games. You go up against like multiple 4-stack Swifts and it's a big sweat ball of a game and you're getting fucking pissed off, or you are part of a Swift or going in solo, like solo queue in red ranks. It's just horrible. Well, it was. Obviously MMR has kind of put paid to that a little bit, but yeah, solo queue red ranking was just a horrible experience. So I said, nah, I'll stay purple. But obviously now it's all grades or whatever the fuck they're calling it now. And MMR takes care of the rest. But I still think MMR is a bit all over the shop. Because I've gone from like playing killer games where I go against super sweaty 4-stack that I can barely, like I'll get 1 or 2 hooks in the entire game. And if I'm lucky I'll get a kill. To then the next match I'll get a 4-stack that are absolute garbage or brand new at the game, one or the other, and I end up 4K'ing with 4 to 5 gens left to do, kind of thing, which is just weird. shouldn't be one extreme to another, but it goes like that sometimes. Although I was playing, I think last weekend I was playing a bit. I wasn't streaming when I was playing it. It was late at night or early morning. I can't even. An hour and a half, 2 hours slugging. It was just depressing. Like, this game. Then I went to the killer side and played a killer game just to chill. Because they've just been playing survivor games and the killers they were playing against them the same to them, so they're like, well, fuck it, I'm getting my own back now, which gets irritating. My signal is gonna start dropping a bit, so lag will happen. This is one of the points, and then it should pick back up soon enough. This is one of the points where it gets a bit dodgy. Just to pre-warn anybody who's watching it, when you want to get a good. Oh, it's this bridge, that's why, yeah. This tiny little bridge. I keep meeting these kind of streams now and again anytime I go to Mayo. I'll have to get some kind of head-mounted camera or something like that, so that I can actually give the view fully, because I'd love to be able to look left and right and let people see the lakes and the forests and shit like that that you miss out on. Now, I don't really get to look at them a whole lot either, but I get the glance, and I can't exactly pull my phone out of the dock to show, because that would be dumb and dangerous. Oh, this is nice. This road is actually come on. Oh, there we go. As well, I'd imagine. Allowed. But I know half the reason people enjoy actually watching the streams when I do these ones is because the road noise is real chill. Instant tone, I guess. So it can be a bit more chill. Truck to move out of my way. I suspect this is going all the way back with me. This is probably going to Dublin Port, so this will be in front of me most of the journey, or at least until I get onto a wider road where I can overtake. But I'm in no hurry to do that, because fuck that, I'm not taking chances. It's not worth it. It will save no time. Checkpoint, their guards just pulled over. You'll find out shortly. Guards just pulled over for something. Oh, looks like vandalism. Somebody's destroyed some stuff in front of a house. It's not very nice. Oh, this is going up here. Yeah. I'm starting to forget where I am a little bit. Like, just driving and not really paying attention sometimes. You know how that you kind of go into auto mode sometimes and just know the way you have to go without paying too much attention to what point in the road you are. You just end up looking at a road and kind of the stuff there, but not really giving a shit. It's one of those. As long as I don't end up not paying attention to where I'm going at all. Auto mode is one thing, not looking is another. Everything being kicked up off the back of that truck. Well, lorry really, it's not a truck. But you get me. Hoping the light would hold off, and hopefully it will hold off for another hour or so, but I might start to lose light soon. I don't know. Especially going west to east, I'd say I'll lose the light a lot quicker. Because obviously there's a little more sunlight for a little longer on the west side of the country. Or this is where I might get by the sky actually. If he is so kind as to let me. Is that just a friendly hello, or is that he is, he's being sound. Thanks buddy. Slow in front, which would make me believe that they think there's a checkpoint coming up. So I better keep, well, I mean, I don't need to keep an eye, everything's grand, so I'm not speeding or anything, so it's not an issue. That's something to be too concerned about. Just slowing down because I think that makes sense. There we go. A few nice long stretches of main road, fucking motorway kind of road coming, so it's a nice handy drive. Shall be leaving Mayo very shortly and into Mullingar, not Mullingar, is the next county over. I know what I'm talking about in my head. I can't pluck out the name. You know when you got that shit in the tip of your tongue, for some reason it just disappeared. We might get a bit of lag here, signal strength is dropping a bit, so just to be aware, if you are watching, it may get a bit laggy here for about 1 or 2 kilometers, I'd say. After which it should even out. Oh, we're starting to pick back up. There we go. That's, yeah, connections picking back up again. So we should be back to normal. Either way. Huh? You're talking endless shite. Look, are going hyped on it, and Twitch is like insane with it as well. I'm definitely thinking I will check it out, but I'm gonna give it a bit longer. Let the queues die down. I really don't feel like doing a new world again, spending hours in a queue trying to get in to play a game. And because it is free to play, yes, there's all these founders chests or battle chests now, whatever the fuck they're called since it's been released, but I just do not feel the desire to wait. I'll start playing it and check it out. And of course, the new WoW raid is coming out soon as well, I think the end of this month. get back to WoW for a little bit. I don't know if I'll be streaming WoW. I'll see. It depends, because kind of interest varies on that. But I'll certainly be doing it again for a little while to see how I feel, and if I can get back into it or not, or if I find myself bored with it again, in which case I just wait until the end of the expansion. Really, it hasn't been a great one, or maybe I'm just done with the game. Really, I don't know. It's hard to say. I do enjoy the game, and I played it for so long, and it brought me so many friendships and so many great people. That's kind of hard to step away and go, yeah, it's done. You know, I never would have met Caustic and Kill if it wasn't for that game. That's where I met them. 17 years later, they're two of my best mates. I've just spent 6 weeks living at the same location, hanging out with them every day. You know, it's fucking crazy when you think of shit like that. All happened. Snowy's, I met him through WoW. And Hoop, I met through WoW. Urana, I met through WoW. Most of the people I game with these days I met through WoW. And I've known I met through playing some. I thought online gaming was only a thing for fucking a long time. But yeah, they were just fascinated by the fact that, like, we all met each other through WoW, and then he ended up moving over, and he now lives on the same grounds, literally a 20-second walk from Caustic store to Kill store. They're right beside each other. They're not adjoined, but it's literally a 20-second walk from one to the other. And that is because of WoW. Well, not because of WoW, but you know what I mean, like, it's because of friendships that were built up for years through the game. Yeah. Quite a substantial amount of my gaming friends and my friends, I mean, most of my gaming friends are actually my friends as well. They're not just gaming buddies, you know. But yeah, most of them I met through playing WoW for years. Even like you'll occasionally see Min and I think Drea is his name, Nivian and Flort. Met them through playing WoW as well. I've met them in real life as well. We went over to London for a meetup. Nivian runs a WoW raiding community, and then they're having a meetup actually in April this year in Bromley. And myself and Caustic were trying to figure it out, but myself and Caustic might be heading over for it as well. I've been to one of them. I couldn't go to the last one they had, and then obviously COVID stopped others, but yeah, it's looking highly likely we'll be heading over to Bromley in April to meet up with a load of them. It should be fun. Yeah, it's great. I'm sure, like, a load of us went. Myself, Caustic, Kill, Hot, Ergomax, Nivian, Flort, and Maglin all went to BlizzCon 2019 together. So we all flew off to America and went to BlizzCon together. That was a great time. And they're all people in Metro Gaming. hot, we'll do a trip to Mayo in the not too distant future, and we'll get to hang out a bit there as well. What happens quite a lot is because obviously Kill has his place in Mayo and he has guest houses and stuff like that. People end up going there for visits, so I'll drive up, or drive over should I say, and people can fly into Knock Airport and then either drive out or get picked up and go out. That's what ends up happening. That's where I met quite a few people for the first time. It was at Ennisco. And their visit's over. I feel like this is the point at which I should be overtaken, and I really should have there, but now I'm starting to feel like I'm too close. Yeah, there's a corner coming up. Yep, there we go. I'm glad I didn't, because there's another lorry. And there's a massive queue of people behind me, but I can't get a proper view, so I'm not fucking around here. See past this bus. It's annoying me. No, there's a car coming. And we're coming up to a bend, so now I can't. Yay! I think the bus driver would pull over a little, wouldn't you? Be as nice as the lorry driver was. No, couldn't possibly do that. Still solid all the way back to Dublin, and that is going to Dublin because it has a Dublin logo on it. That logo on the back with the Áha Clé at the end, that's Dublin logo. So this is expressway to Dublin, I'd imagine. Road, home sweet home. Yep. Well, I mean, I've a few hours left till I get there, but that's the thing. Like, I was in no massive hurry to go back. It was nice to spend so much time with the lads. Spend so much time in Mayo. It's lovely there. Oh no, he's not. He's gone on a different route. Well, that works for me. I don't have to worry about getting stuck behind them all day. Now this is the final road out of Mayo. So we're streaming it for 53 minutes or something like that. Driving nearly an hour and we're still not out of Mayo. This goes to show you how big Mayo is. We are almost there. Should be coming across the massive violin at the side of the hill here. Up on the left. Soonish. I always love that site, it looks great. And that's where last time I stopped for a quick break. Actually no, I might be getting ahead of myself a little. It's a little further on up. This time I was prepared and have something to drink in the car with me. Rather than being stupid and leaving it in the boot, which it doesn't do much good there. This is quite a nice road though. It's been recently redone. Nice smooth road, no fucking potholes or any of that shit, which is great. be alright for another little while. I will end up dropping a little bit here and there, but for the moment we are good. Because the way the forest is, all the trees are back there on the bridge, you come through and it's kind of a real darkness around, and then it's straight back out with the light. It's a nice contrast right now. Yourself a little. Roscommon was the other county. It finally came to me. Walking around Belfast, how are you getting on? Yeah, there's lots of us around, my man. There's lots of us around. Funnily enough, I don't come across a lot of Irish streamers very often. I know a lad from Belfast pretty well who streams. He's always in and out. And I've had a few people. One guy from Dublin, I haven't seen him streaming in forever. There's others here and there. There are some like Irish partners, streamers and stuff. They don't play a lot of the games I watch, so I only kind of find out about them here and there. What games do you stream usually? Walking? I think there's quite a few COD and Warzone streamers that are Irish as well. There's plenty out there doing it anyway, especially since COVID. First lockdown, I think tons of people picked up streaming as just something to oh, you literally, okay. So your name is literally what you do. Okay, you walk around Belfast and stream it. That makes sense, but I mean, I don't always take a name for it to mean that's exactly what people do, because I mean, if you did that for the whole time, finish work and hang out every weekend or every other day and shit, it was great. It was lovely. But of course, filming's done. I spent an extra few days and it's time to go home. No doubt I'll be back out west in the not too distant future anyway. If not just a visit, potentially for more work, because the people I was working with have other things in the pipeline and they liked what I was doing, so there's potential to work with them again, I'd say, which I would happily do. So fingers crossed. But yeah, tell me about your kit. If you're still here, you might effect off now. I know I waffle quite a bit, but I'm very interested to hear what you use for my stream called Dear Good. Yeah, I'm getting a decent rate. I'd like to have my usual overlays and all that kind of thing, but I don't think I can do that from my phone. I'd have to get involved in a lot of other shit. For something that is occasional, it's a lot of work for minimal output. Plus, I don't want the screen to be too busy anyway. The whole point of these kind of streams for me, if we're doing them, is just to share. It's twofold. For one, it shares the view with people who might not have seen this side of the country. Like, a lot of people come to Ireland and obviously they go, like, we'll go to Belfast, they'll go to Galway, they'll go to Dublin, they'll go to Cork, they'll go to the major cities, but they don't always drive through the countryside or, you know, get to see the smaller little towns and stuff. So as I'm driving through them, it shares those kind of views with people, which they like. Waffling the whole time and chatting with whoever pops in, so it's not as bad as just staring at the fucking road, you know. But tell me about your fucking videos. I'm interested to know now. Because I've never spoken to somebody who does just purely IRL streams. Everybody's usually gaming with something. Oh, and I forgot to say, we are officially in Roscommon now. We have left Mayo. It took us just over an hour to get out of Mayo, and we are into Roscommon. And you only began a few days ago. It's been eventful. All right. Are you using the backpack? Selfie stick or something? Streams that you must get an awful lot of people just fucking staring at you and looking at you like you have 10 heads because you're walking around holding a gimbal. I know stream build, if you keep doing what you're doing, the only kicker for me for when the way I'm streaming, like what kills it for me, 6 weeks I maybe streamed 10 times or something like that, and it kind of like your viewership, if you're inconsistent, it massively kills your viewership. So I find that like a lot of people who would have popped in don't anymore when I'm streaming, which is understandable. It's like you go to Twitch to watch Twitch, to kind of be part of a community and get something you can do regularly, or watch and join in, something you can do regularly for some people, and that suddenly that regularity stops. It puts people off, and I get that. But sure, I don't do it for the viewership. I just enjoy streaming, so I stream. And some people enjoy watching it, so, and I stream that. Some people like the view, some people pop in and chat, and it's great. It makes the drive go a lot quicker. Do you think you will play games at all on your stream at any time, or are you firmly committed to just being IRL streaming and bringing people around the city with you and showing them all the things you have to share and let them see? And I'm aware you probably didn't catch half of that. Hopefully you did, but you can always say it again. You're committed to IRL only. Nice. So obviously you're going to stick with Belfast for now, but then having the platform certainly is going to bring the ability to take it on holiday or trips with you, or you don't actually game at all. Alright. What brought you to Twitch then? Was it just purely you found out about like this platform to stream all kinds of things? I mean, Twitch is no longer just a gaming site. It is primarily gaming, but I know there's a lot of IRL categories and a lot of teaching categories, and then there's the other side of Twitch where they do all the hot tub shit and all that, which, I mean, more power to the people who want to do that, but I don't think that shit belongs on Twitch. I think that belongs on another site, but however, that's not my decision. But what led you to doing it? I'm curious. What made you decide to start doing IRL streams? It's so rare to see somebody on Twitch who doesn't game or isn't a gamer but still streams. Seen him do it a while back. Alright, so I don't know that person, but I'm guessing they're one of the IRL streamers, because I know there's a lot of IRL streamers who purely do IRL, but I've never really watched any of them. I've watched a few kind of travel streams and stuff like that here and there, just out of curiosity. Purely, I think, after I did one where I was like, well, I'm driving to Mayo anyway, so I'll stream just for the laugh. And then I realised there was a category for it, and that led me to watching some here and there. But I don't know any streamers within that category or any of the well-known people in it. Well, I can take that back now. You've popped in, so now I've met you. So I'll have to check out some of yours. Do you drive around Belfast and then get out and walk places, or do you purely walk everywhere and just start your stream once you're at your desired location? He does a bit of everything. Alright. The name reads familiar, but I mean, I'm terrible for fucking names on Twitch and well-known gamers and well-known streamers. I'm really bad with them quite often. I know the ones I watch, and I know the ones that are somewhat well-known within the category of games I watch. And obviously there's some that are so huge you can't not know about them. But there's others that are pretty big names, and I wouldn't have a fucking clue who they are, just because the streaming categories I don't watch, or games I don't watch. So it happens like that. You just walk mostly the city. I mean, Belfast City is lovely. I haven't been to Belfast in years, but the times I've been to Belfast, so I'm sure there's plenty you can speak on there as well. So it's a gimbal you're using. Is it then a GoPro that's synced to your phone, and you use that as your camera and using your phone as your chat, or you have a special setup for it all? I mean, that's not to say the gimbal couldn't be to your phone already. You'd love to see more Dublin. Get out. Go to the west, go to Cork, go to Galway, go to Mayo, go to wherever. Just get out of Dublin, drive around, go around, see sights. Go up north, see the north as well. Like, don't just stick in the Republic. There's lots of gorgeous things to see all over. Like, Ireland really is an absolutely amazingly beautiful country. You just got to get out there and see it. There's a ton of stuff to see. When did I begin streaming? Your phone on a gimbal, alright. I started streaming in, I think, July of 2020. I've had a few breaks in between there with work and stuff like that. But yeah, just kind of just after the pandemic hit really a lot, I started picking it up and doing it a bit more regularly and streaming here and there more and more. So I've been doing it on and off, and I say on and off because sometimes I'll have the time where I can be very regular and I'll build up a bit of a viewership, and I can have, like, numbers get good and it's great, and then I get work, and because I work as an extra or on movies, like my work this time around, I was working in the costume department, but then I was managing extras on the days we had extras, and I ended up actually doing a role in the movie as well, because the director just said that he had a role that he thought I'd be really good for, and would I do it? So I said yeah. So I was a bit all over the place for that, but that kind of, like, if you're working in the film industry or TV industry, even just that ground level, like, extra work is your bottom of the barrel kind of thing, but you're still long days, and it's not the easiest to schedule around, because, like, I could be working 3, 4, 5 days a week for 12-hour days, and then, like, if it's a regular stream day. It could be like, right, well, I have these scheduled days, but I'm actually working that day. Like, I don't know when I go back. Like, Valhalla starts, I think the end of this month it'll start filming the next season. I'll go back to that, and my normal streaming schedule has been, say, I think like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is what I usually do, and then sometimes I'll do weekends. But once Valhalla kicks off again, sure, I could be asked to work late on, I could be asked to work, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, Monday, Tuesday, Friday the following week, the entire week of the next week. You know, it's a bit all over, so it's hard to keep a schedule. And as much as I'd love to say I'd stream after work, when you're up at like 4 or 5 a.m. to travel and then do a 10 to 12 hour day and then another hour travel home, and you might be in the next day, there's just not time to stream when you're doing days like that. And unfortunately, one thing you have to have if you want a solid viewership and build your community and grow as a streamer is a schedule. Because if people don't know when they can come watch you, they're not going to come watch you. Because there's a million other people out there who have a set schedule who they can go view, you know. So my channel goes up and down, my viewership goes up and down, which is what it is. I honestly, like, that's not, I'm still surprised people watch me, you know what I mean? And those who do, I love having them in, and those who lurk, I love having them lurk. Good morning, Zoe. How are you, my love? I am in Roscommon at the moment. How are you getting on? How's your day going? Yeah, walking, I would highly suggest doing a schedule, because a schedule will let people know when they can catch you. That would be the first thing. If you can work off a schedule, walk around work or college or whatever else you have going on, if you can set specific days. Now, you don't have to do like 5 days a week streaming. I think most professional streamers will tell you don't do that. Usually most people will say like 3 to 4 days a week streaming, and then if you can set up something else like a YouTube or whatever to kind of spread your audience a bit, do that. And for your kind of content, I think you could definitely easily do YouTube videos as well, without a doubt. So I would look into that as well if I were you. And you could add in, like, because you can easily add in the places you've walked and the places you've shown. You can do a voiceover for videos and teach people about the local lore around that area, or some of the history of the area, or whatever. And you could easily then convert your VOD into a YouTube video with just adding a voiceover track to it. But schedule, I would highly suggest doing, because if you have set times and set times to stream, set days to stream, people will know when they can catch it. They'll know when to tune in, and they will turn up. But if you're all over, you'll lose people. Some people will still turn up regardless. There's loads of lovely people here who pop in regardless of when I stream, and say hello and hang out and lurk, and I always appreciate it. I love that people want to do so. And you will get people who will be core, who will turn up no matter what. You gotta appreciate those people as well, because they're the ones who keep you going and keep you chatting, you know. Did I just call you lovely? Yeah, I did. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I felt a bit sick there. I don't know, Zoe. If I call you a bit of a cunt, will that help? I'll balance it out a bit, will it? You just woke up. Jesus. Were you up all night playing Dying Light 2? I noticed you start playing it. I got gifted it for my birthday last week, but I haven't had a chance to start playing it. But it looks very interesting. Yeah, Magoo, you're doing really well at keeping a schedule. Like, Magoo was a great example, walking, of somebody who keeps a really good schedule and does great for viewership how a schedule can help. Oh, what we specific there, Zoe. These things, that's call out people who stop watching. That's more like, I understand why people stop popping in. When you can't keep a schedule, it's the signal gets stronger to off that. Jaws me labs. So I know it's really, really shit right now. So I'm gonna be lagging a fuckload, no doubt. And I apologise for that, but I can't do anything about it. But I also get to see when it starts to pick. But this is one of those few spots around that gets very laggy. So unfortunately, it just is what it is. But it should pick back up soon. There we go, signal's starting to get a bit stronger now. And we're back to a good signal. So now I think I can actually say what I was saying. I don't want lag to fuck. Yeah, Magoo, I wasn't saying, I understand you're saying like you pop in when you can, and I do appreciate that. I've said it before, and I'll say it many other times. Anybody who takes the time out of the day to pop in and say hello, or just lurk and hang out for a little bit, I always appreciate it. There's millions, literally millions of people. Anyone can go and watch stream. So the fact that anyone could be arsed to take time out of the day to sit and watch me do whatever the fuck I'm doing and chat with me, I always appreciate that. But I was just making a point more so to walking about how you can notice the difference when you can keep a consistent schedule. Like with my work, it's hard to keep a consistent schedule because there'll be days where I'm out of work for a few weeks. I could be out between jobs for a month or two, and then when I'm back into a job or back onto a set, it can be consistent, it can be inconsistent, it can be fucking long 12-hour days, it can be crazy hours all over the thing, or like this last movie, 10-hour days, 6 days a week, so you've no fucking time to do anything else, so streaming goes out the window. But I have noticed when I've been able to catch some of your streams that your consistency is paying off nicely. I've noticed your numbers are starting to increase a bit more and more, and it's absolutely lovely to see and well deserved. That's all I'm saying. And Zoe, what were you up to that you're only waking up now? Or did you just decide to be lazy and sleep all day? Did the car come back? Did you get the car back and get things sorted? Did you get to take a trip out and pick up a few things? This is another reason, Jesus Christ, that I wish I had like a head mounted camera, because we're coming up here now in a minute. Just here, there's an absolutely beautiful bridge I'll cross over. The lake looks amazing when you're crossing it, and I hate that I can't share it because the view is just incredible. Even right now, looking to my right, sun setting, you got that golden glow over the fields. It looks amazing. It'd be nice to be able to share that, but I can't, because I can't turn the camera because I'm driving, so you miss out. But hey, you still get to see this lovely country road. Oh, that went weird, a little lag spike there. Yeah, I think we're good then. So we got another 140 kilometers to drive, apparently. Heading off shortly to make dinner. But his stream on. No worries, Magoo. You do your thing with her. I appreciate it. And you enjoy your dinner. You don't have to leave your PC on just to lurk or anything like that, you know that. I appreciate the chats and I appreciate the lurks and all that. Thank you, Manir. Let's say, as I said, I've only had mac and cheese for the first time in like ever 2 weeks ago, but it was very nice. the car and stretching a minute. Let's see. I might get away without it. I don't know what this person's doing. They're going to merge in soon, but I'm going to pick up and get past them, so they should. No, they still haven't. Why, you know? I don't know. Gotta check something here quickly. Actually taking that turn. I just want to get around that person. Nearly getting to Longford now. Should be in Longford in the next 15-20 minutes maybe. Something like that. In and around that time anyway. I'll have to try and get I'll have to try and get a dock that doesn't catch, because I hate that this catches the corner of my screen, my screen mount, windscreen mount, should I say, not screen. For now, there's not much that can be done, but look into it. Can't be done that. Right, signal's going to shit again, so apologies, it's gonna get laggy. Real laggy. One of the other spots it happens in, unfortunately. That's proper shit right now. But it's starting to pick up a little. A little like, oh, it's dropped again. So forgive me if I'm not as chatty the next little bit. Miss bits and pieces here and there anyway, but I also want to focus on the road to get this overtake. Not that I can't talk and all that as well, but I just won't be looking at the screen at all. So if it this is the long course, they get shitty. So by the time they all clear, well, there's another bend coming up. Get the overhooking chances. Screw that. Yeah, this is the worst part of the signal. For sure. Jesus Christ. This is pretty bad. The stream quality is terrible, but you know. It's gonna happen, unfortunately. This is where it should start to pick back up and get actually proper. Yes, there we go. Starting to pick up again. Not quite there yet. Right, and we are back to regular quality again. And coincidentally, we are now in Longford. So we have left Roscommon and we are now in Longford. But we are still behind this truck, which is blocking part of the view, which is why I want to get past it. God damn it. Another bend and another no overtaking area. Oh well. In Longford after 2 hour drive ahead. Might get laggy again, unfortunately. It should pick back up. Yeah, it's already starting to pick back up now, so it's not too bad. So we're pretty much Midlands right now. Too long left, so at least halfway through the journey anyway, so I think about an hour and a half left roughly. Thereabouts. Could be a tiny bit more, traffic dependent and all that, you know. So, slow the fuck down. I love the name of that. It's the Fiddlemaster Blind Kiernan Roundabout. What the fuck? Blind Kiernan, the Fiddlemaster. Why not? Why not? There is the giant fiddle in the hill. For some reason I always thought that was at the tail end of Mayo, not in Longford. Makes sense though, when you have the Fiddlemasters roundabout, have a big fiddle in the hill. surprised the light is kept. I thought it'd start to lose light now, but it's still bright enough. It's definitely starting to set, but I think we got another half hour, 40 minutes before sunset hits. Which is a true sign spring is coming. We're getting that light back. The fact that it's not dark at 4:30 anymore, or 5 o'clock anymore. It's like, oh yeah, we get sunlight longer now. I forgot about that. I always imagined that people who live in places like Alaska and like parts of northern Norway and other parts of the world where they get like long periods of darkness and long periods of light based on the time of year, where it could be like 1 a.m. or midnight and it's bright as daylight, or it could be 1 p.m. and fucking pitch dark, or midday and pitch dark. I always thought that must be an absolute clusterfuck. I can't imagine that's something you ever fully get used to. So I'm not doing it. So I always cut it off 5-10 minutes before I get home. Again, if that would like fucking involve, that would have to be. I mean, it's never going to be a thing. I have to have a lot seeing it for anything to ever even think of it. Better not that. Anyway, talking shit. Then what's new? I'm streaming, I'm always talking shit. Excuse me. Now to see how my dog will react when I get back. He hasn't seen me in nearly 6 weeks. He's got one of two ways. He'll either come nowhere near me because he feels like I've abandoned him, or he'll lose his shit. So it's always one of the two. Anytime I'm away for like a long period of time or a few days or whatever, I'll come back and he'll either completely ignore me. It's like, well, you abandoned. Like, there's other people looking after him. He's not left on his own, or he'll lose his shit. So time will tell which it is. As much as I would have loved to take him with me, he wouldn't have done the journey well. He hates travelling in the car, so I'm not gonna do that to him. He'll be hours and hours in the car losing his shit. Poor little fucker have a heart attack or something. He's too old for that shit, so I can't be doing that to him. I'd rather leave him where he's happy, and other people will look after him while I'm gone. God, because I'll be back soon anyway. Oh, Jesus, yawning needs to stop. That's a sign I need to get out and stretch, but I think I can wait a little longer. If it starts to get more frequent, then I'd see I'd definitely get out and stretch. For now, I'm alright. Not a lot to see on the road here, unfortunately. When you have all these main roads, this is the only downside to like the motorways and the main roads and all that. You don't get as much of a scenic route as you used to. So I can't point out, oh, this is this nice little village and they have this thing and that thing was. So I'm not really getting past much of that, and I need a little village to go through. It's not kind of in it, and I guess that's part of the appeal of them for people, that it's quiet. There's not a lot going on there. There's not a lot of people there, so there's not a lot of bullshit there either. Always beneficial. Oh, excuse me. I just have to stop yawning. I think it also the thing. Especially if you're passing the same road for a long time. There's not a lot happening or not a lot to break the sight. Now on some of these roads though, like the way the trees hang over and all that, kind of breaks up the visual a bit. But in some of them it just becomes the same road for 20-30 kilometers. Almost the same view. So that can kind of get a bit dull, I guess. Something like that. Anyway. Switch between a shitload of sheep and a shitload of cows and fields. That's breaking up the road. One side's cows, one side's sheep, and then occasionally horses in some of them. Sure, the horses would be recreational, the cows and the sheep would be farm. So no, it's a lot more of them than there is anything else. Many people who actually celebrate Valentine's, or do we all see it as fucking The Simpsons Love Day? Just the thing that's gonna be binned away tomorrow and forgotten about. You know, I had this conversation with Goo earlier. that BS for today. Hey, congratulations, Nine. When you have the actual tests that you have to sit for it. Thursday. How are you feeling about them? Do you think you're prepared for it all? I mean, it's all shit you already know, right? You're just brushing up on details for a test, I'm assuming. But I mean, this is your day-to-day shit, surely. Or is this... Yeah, well, yeah. So then it'll be a piece of cake for you. It's just... I guess it's like brushing up on some of the terminology that they'll want for a test that you might not use day-to-day, but... Otherwise, sure, you know what you're fucking doing. You do it all the time, anyway. Is that in worst part of it? 90% of it is nothing to do with your job. Isn't that always the way with most of that kind of shit, though? Like, realistically, the majority of what they're asking you about doesn't apply to your day-to-day. I've always found that with jobs as well. Like, half the time you'll go through this like training process at the start, and it's all like, oh, we do a week of training, or we do this amount of training, and when you come out of training and get into the actual practical part of it, sure, half the time the training meant fuck all. The first thing I remember, the most perfect example of that, when I used to work in a call center years ago. We had a week's worth of call center training. Hold on, let me see what you're saying here. How the welders work, how the safety hoist stuff. Why do I care I stick and shit? Yeah, exactly. Like, why do you need to know anything about a welder if you're not welding? Yeah, I remember when I was working in a call center, we had shit like that. You do a week of training and you had to sit these tests at the end of the week to answer all these questions on procedures and protocols and all that kind of shit. And once you passed all those tests, you went to the floor and you'd sit in with another agent and they'd go through calls with you, and then occasionally you would take a call, and sure, half the stuff that you were trained on for the last week, when you go, oh, that's this thing, and this thing, isn't it? And they'd be like, no, that's the old way of doing it, we don't do that anymore. Or that's the other system, we don't use that anymore. You're like, what? I just spent a week learning the system and learning all this stuff, and you're telling me don't do it anymore? Like, yeah, we haven't done that in months, because the person who was doing the training hated their fucking job and just didn't update it ever, it seemed. It's really weird. But that's just how it went. I don't know why. Many of these tests have you sat before? It's not, is this I'm assuming this is a yearly thing, or like every couple of years you have to resit this for a license or for insurance purposes or some shit. Oh, it lasts 10 years. Alright, Jesus. Okay, well, that's good. Then I'd imagine there's a fair bit that will change over between each test. I know the fundamentals aren't exactly going to change, but the techniques and the methods might change in 10 years' time. Although they might not as well. I mean, if it's not broke, you don't need to fucking fix it. Almost everything's the same as last time. Alright. Well, then that just goes to say, like, the methods you're using are clearly efficient. You don't really need to fuck around with it. What works, it works. No need to upgrade and streamline things that already do a good job. Oh, just generally safety shit. Ah, right. I get you, man. I get you. that's understandable for your job though, that like safety would be a big thing. There's a lot of shit that can be used on those sites that you can really fuck someone up with if you use them properly. And although I know you know what you're doing, it's always good to make sure that your colleagues know what they're fucking doing as well and aren't gonna screw you. Right, so that was a flash of the lights, which usually indicates a checkpoint, which doesn't really fucking matter anyway, because I'm not speeding or anything like that anyway. The only thing they might question, I don't have my tax disc because it's at home. Right, we're into Westmead because my car tax expired while I was in Mayo, so I did pay it. It's a speed van, that's what they're talking about. I did pay it, but obviously the disc is at home. Yeah, so this up here on the left, I mean, it can't be more obvious that it's a speed van. They don't hide them really very often. It's usually very, very obvious that they're there. Pretty sure a lot of people on the construction site you go to haven't done this. Oh, fucking hell. Really? That's not good. Is it not a mandatory thing for them to be able to work on site? That they have this shit done? Ah, yeah, no, it's just a speed van. It's whatever, like. And even at that, like, I don't have my tax disc in the car, but it's paid. All I have to do is check the registry and they can see I've paid it. You know, it's not like, yeah, you have to display the disc, but if I say to them, yeah, I've already paid it, my disc is out of date, but the new one's at home. I've been in Mayo for 6 weeks. I wasn't spending a fucking 3.5 hour journey to drive home to pick up a tax disc, like, fuck that. Oh, they'd be grand anyway. But it's not that anyway, so it's fine. I think it's mandatory, but people just don't care. So what if you had a site inspector in who came in to check for health and safety and shit like that? Fucking logged out of EU servers. You can't even switch to the US. It just closes the game. Oh, for fuck's sake. How are the EU servers at the moment, Snowy? Are they still fucking mental busy? So I'm definitely thinking of checking out Lost Ark. When I get home I will install it. Just the net I was using at DJ's where I was in the house was a bit temperamental, so I couldn't really use it all the time. In John's it was fine and in DJ's it was fine, but in the back of the house it can be dodgy. Just hope your boss is a shit in order. So do I, man. So do I. Fingers crossed. He gets all that shit sorted. Don't have to worry about it. It shouldn't be your concern if somebody else is not doing or not trained or not certified for safety for it. Like, yeah, you just don't need to. You don't need that bullshit. There's enough to worry about on a site without thinking that some dickhead doesn't know the proper methods for transportation of certain items or safety protocols for certain things. You'd say you know your boss has your shit in order. That's why you're doing this stuff now. Ah, right. Right, well that's good then. If your boss has his shit in order and he's going to test everybody with this shit, then happy days. Are you and Hot still working together? Or have you changed to different sites and stuff? Or are you still on the same sites a lot? Or does it vary depending on job to job? you are? Oh, cool. We got sick of them yet? I can't imagine it'll ever be a thing. Like, I think I've worked with all of my brothers. I've never worked with my sister, but I've worked with all of my brothers in different jobs. Two of my brothers I worked in the same company with, and then one of them I worked in a different company with. One of the companies, one of my brothers was technically my boss. The other, he was just a different department. Already past that. And then one of the companies, I was technically my brother's boss. But sure, that just meant I let him get away with shit. Especially if we'd all been out drinking the night before. Came in slightly hungover, he'd be allowed to be out back down shit. They were like, why is he out there doing that? Like, yeah, because I told him to, don't worry about that, you go do that. You gotta have some benefits, huh? I don't know, for me, I liked working with my brothers. It was never a thing. Now, my eldest brother can get a little bossy at times. And he can get, like, he has his moments, certainly, of being a bit of a prick when he has to make certain decisions. Not everybody's like that. But the others never had issues at all, ever working with them. It's always good. Working with family is pros and cons. Yeah, exactly. Because it's work. You want to keep work and personal. But sometimes it's hard, especially if there's like, it's not just together, but one is in a position of power over the other. I think in those situations, like working with your brother and your brother's your boss, it's definitely going to be awkward to keep them separated at times. Yeah, well, that's it. You gotta kind of, unfortunately, just go, right, well, this is work, this isn't personal. So when you're butting heads is work, relationship, not brother. You can just call him a cunt when you go home, though. Can't do any. The pro of that signal was dropped. And it shows. Fucking hell. Pick up your bound this road and start to pick up again. Still not great, or not at all. Yeah. Are you hearing anything at all, or is the video completely gone? Everything's lagged out. Right, it's picking up again now. God, I love that link. Share that view. You put on auto, so audio's okay, picture's 160p. Yeah, well, the stream qualities, the bit rate is picked right up again, so the screen quality should go fine. back up to 2,900. Although it's dropping a little bit. It's better now, yeah. But yeah, what I was saying was, like, when I used to work with my brother, we used to get to a thing where, like, if we were having an argument about something at work, not even an argument necessarily, but like if I asked him to do something or he wanted to do something else, it would be like, oh, you better, or I'm gonna tell Ma, you know, something like that. It's like, I'm gonna tell Ma you did that. Now, obviously joking, like he's not going home to talk to my brother and go, yeah, he done this thing to me at work today or anything like. But it just became a bit of a thing, and even in gaming, it comes across in gaming now as well, where like it'll be a thing you'll occasionally say, like, I'm gonna tell Ma, you know, just as a fucking joke. Because anytime we're playing together, we'll occasionally have randoms, and the way we talk to each other, it's just normal the way we talk to each other. We give each other shit all the time, and you'd swear we disliked each other if you didn't know the fact that we're brothers. So a few of the lads have to occasionally say it to the randos to be like, oh yeah, they're brothers by the way. Because we're just giving each other shit, calling each other cunts. I like them, how it should be. You gotta keep each other in check and give each other shit sometimes. Your family can't keep you in check, who will? Getting close to Kildare now, I think. Let's see, what's our time? Oh, we've got another hour or so. No, we're not that close to Kildare now. Thought we would be. I think we'll lose the lights soon. It's holding out pretty well, but I don't think it's going to hold out very well for very much longer. And then start to lose it. However, I do think this phone has some really good low light filters, and I think if I remember correctly, it was pretty dark to me outside and still looked pretty bright in camera, so that might work out okay for the end of it. We'll see. You'll find out when that time comes though. It's not that far away, but still, it's not here just yet. I need to slow my ass down. I went over the limit there. There we go. Gotta be careful now, I'll only be doing that shit. That's what I'm saying, like, it's not dark by any stretch, but it's starting to, like, it's losing a lot of light compared to what it was, say, half an hour ago. But I think the camera on my phone will still keep a fair amount of brightness there, so that it's not absolute dark, you know. Hello, Caustic. About to leave the office and saw me streaming. How's the trip? It's good so far, man. It's been pretty chill. It was a lovely day for it as well, so that helped. There's some very nice blue skies and sunny day, so can't complain. And there's some guy halfway up my hole, so I'm gonna pull over and let him go, and I'll come back in. But yeah, it's good. How was work? How was the office today? Did you get any weirdness from the other peoples, or was it all good? Hopefully all good anyway. Fingers crossed. All good, excellent. Busy day, I take it. I can't imagine it wasn't, because, you know, you had to stay in the office all day. That's gonna make it a busy fucking day anyway. Caustic, I left a crazy day, yeah, of course it is. And oh, you're back in there tomorrow? For fuck's sake. I left the bath salts, Epsom salts over on your table, and yeah, I think that's all I had to give you, to be honest. Dobby was let out a couple of times. I think Kale was going to take him on a walk when he went to walk Chloe anyway, so I think he should be covered there as well. And I noticed you'd put one of the stouts that were bottled out on the table, so I put it back in the fridge because it was, the remnants of it were for you to try, so that's on your door as well. There's only a small bit left in the bottle, but it was for you to enjoy. I left it there intentionally. The one that you wrote knob and paint marker on, that bottle, that's back there for you now. It's great. The tub is in the passenger seat beside me, well, in the wheel well a little bit, but it's jammed in nice and tight, barely any movement, because it's all sealed up and there's no yeast. Not a fucking bit of trouble with it. It's great. Like, I've been on the road about 2 hours 20 minutes thereabouts, no issues at all. Although I say that, and I just looked and I saw there's a splash somewhere, so some got out somewhere. Fuck. It's only a tiniest splashes though, so should be alright. Don't you lol me. I really hope this isn't. No, it's, I can't see now. Watch. Fuck, I can smell it in my hands now. Thank fuck for manually editing fig files. Why, what did you manually edit? Yeah, I just noticed on one of the handles there's a small drop of the fluid. And I'm like, fuck, how did that get onto the handle if it didn't come out? And if it came out, where the fuck did it come from? Because it is fully sealed, but there's the tiniest of drops on my seat as well. So I'm really hoping this isn't going to be a case of, no, actually I can see the level where it's at, so I don't know how the drop got out, but it's whatever, it's only a fucking drop. I can see the level. It's not like it's been spilling for ages or anything. It just somehow managed to get out. Change the region in the config file so starts trying for NA server instead of EU. Ah, right. Nice. And now you're in the game, no queue at all. Excellent, excellent. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Couldn't be arsed dealing with the whole North American servers, EU server, queue time bullshit. Like, it's the EU server, but I know in a week or two that the hype will drop off and people will chill out in the game a bit, and that's when I'll start trying it. When I know people are going to give up and quit and there's no hassle, you know. So apparently I have about really good time. Should get better with the new region. What new region? What are they bringing in? It's not if the EU has this much more players than NA. Well, that was the same way with New World though. EU had nearly double the players than NA had. Or they're making a completely new cluster for EU. Nice. Thing is, we all know in a month's time, 2 months' time, they'll be merging servers again. The popularity of the game will 100% drop. People will stop playing it as much and they'll be shutting down servers. 19 servers at the moment. That's EU and NA, or 19 EU servers. Yeah, like New World has had a constant merging, and NA has 22. What the do not have like the population. You gotta consider how many different countries you have outside of America. There should definitely be more EU servers. Or have they got Oceanic or? Oh wait, no, sure. What am I talking about? This is originally a fucking Korean game, isn't it? It's already been out in Asia for a lot longer. So they're gonna have. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. So just thinking Asian servers, do they have them? But sure, this has already existed in Asia for a long fucking time. No Oceanic. So the Aussies have to just fucking, well the Kiwis and the Aussies have to just jump on American or EU. Jesus, the lag for those poor fuckers. Unless they can get onto the Asian servers. West is best for them, you think? Yeah. We are now in County Meath. We get through to Kildare and then we are into Dublin. So I got about half an hour left. Not surprised, to be honest. Vernon Fancy got Oceanic servers on the last one. Yeah, that's crazy though. That's taking that long for. Oh fuck. Leaking, yeah, it's leaking out of there. Fucking. So my container is leaking a bit because of the way it's being held for such a long period of time. It's starting to drip out a small amount. I don't know how much I'm going to lose though. I think it's only coming out in drips. It's 10 years old, fucking hell. Might lose about a glass over the space of the entire journey, I think, of this. It's not too bad. So I just felt the container and the seat. There's a little bit on the seat, there's a little bit on the container. So I'm getting it's dripping out of somewhere. So it's, although it is an airtight seal, the seal is still not designed to have liquid leaning against it for that long. It's gonna get drops in it. I think Lost Ark is 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, I'd forgotten that it was a Korean game first. Oh, you meant before getting those servers? Yeah, I get you. It's starting to properly get dark now. Light is all but gone. And we are now entering County Kildare. definitely held on pretty damn decently. So I cannot complain there. Not at all. Concerned about this container beside me now. Filming's all done. It is, Shadow, it is. It was finished up last Tuesday. For me, Tuesday night. So I've had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and just spent the time with the lads. All daily necessities are now done. You can chill. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Will you be able to watch it in Wales? I don't know is the answer, Shadow. I don't know where it's going to be aired. I have no doubt that Kill will be given a copy of it though, and we'll be able to watch it at Kill's. So if he gets a copy of it, he'll be able to transfer a copy over, you know. Leaking a little. Not a lot though, so that's the main thing. Just a little bit. So first thing I gotta do is get that level when I get out of the car, and that will take a lot of the strain off it and stop anything leaking out at all. Then get that into the house, and we can add the yeast into it. At least it smells good. Just very fruity. Four drops done so far. Last one is a mount. Nice. This is for Lost Ark. What's the mount one? Is that the so there was like a cat, there's a hat, then there was like a almost rooster, firebird, a hoverboard. Where the fuck is the hoverboard? Is that something that came out today? Oh, is that the one you have to watch play Lost Ark's channel directly for? Because I've had 3 drops. One was like a fiery chicken looking fucking thing, one was a hat, and one was like a cat pet or something like that. But I haven't seen a fourth. Who's the fourth through? You missed that. Could you watch the filming in Wales? I don't know, Shadow, is the answer. I don't know where it's going to be aired. I know it's still going to be in post-production, and there's other bits that have to be done, so it'll be a while, but I'd imagine that Kill will be given a copy of it so that he can watch it at the end once it's all done. And if he doesn't get a copy, he'll be told where he can get it, so it'll be available to see then. The last level. So here's the last level, because I've had to watch different channels to get those ones. So here's the last level with, because like I was watching, I think I was lurking in Extra Lives last night, and they select group of streamers get to 18,000 points the last drop unlocks. Alright. 18, how are they getting points? So it's based on how many people are claiming drops through them then, I guess. EU team, NA team, and South American team. Alright, shit. I didn't, yeah, well, I know I was watching, like, for example, I was watching some Aspen Gold and F Extra Life. Oh, it's, fuck's sake, so it's in game here. And then I was watching some EU people, and I was watching some South American guy as well. I don't even know, I just literally lurked. I say watching, I didn't watch any of it. I just lurked in the channels to earn the drops. I didn't watch a single fucking minute of it, as I was too busy playing New World. EU is at 16,800. Yeah, so then EU are going to hit first for sure. That's probably when that German lad who was, I think it's a German lad, I can't remember his name. It's a German lad that was doing drops for New World. I'm guessing he's on extra, like, on Lost Ark as well. Any of the EU streamers, so like, yeah, but I mean, you can just fucking lurk in the channel anyway. I don't watch any of the Lost Ark streamers, but I was like, hey, there's drops going on if you lurk in Lost Ark, so I look. It's the same when Overwatch get drops available. Like, I don't watch half the Overwatch stream. I don't think I watch any Overwatch streamer, but I play Overwatch, so I was like, well, I'll get the drops by lurking. About to wake up, so the points will jump up now. Oh yeah, true. Of course, yeah, that's EU who have up until it's kind of the prime times are really sorted on EU already. I wasn't thinking that. Yeah, exactly. There's no reason not to. Might as well get it from whoever has it. Right, this is the point at which I give you the friendly reminder about the warning about this beep. So I have a toll plaza ahead of me now, 2 kilometers. Last time it wasn't too bad, it was said, but for headphone users, just be aware. There will be a very loud beep from my toll tag, which is right above my phone. I will give you another reminder, but it's coming. Yeah, the beep is incoming. The beep is incoming. So if you're wearing headphones, be aware if they're up loud, maybe lower the volume for the next 2 minutes a little bit, because the beep is coming. It should be coming any second now. Probably about now. There we go. And that is the beep gone, so you don't have to worry about it now. Your ears are burning. I did fucking warn you. You said it. There's a loud beep coming. Although I think you're just doing that to be dramatic. Goddamn telly seems to be near offline. Ah, shit. No worries. Hey, Tanagarian. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Magoo, sorry my dear, hold on, what did you say? How much longer have I got left? I'm only about 15-20 minutes away. You're gonna get compensation. Good fucking luck getting any compensation out of me, pal. I'm broke. It's going hard in those streams. I'm driving on the road, the wrong side of the road, be careful. No, I am not driving on the wrong side of the road. For you I am, for me I'm not. As long as I'm driving on this side of the road in Ireland, I'm good. If you travel to Central Europe and start driving, then that's where I fuck up. Very close then, yes, I'm almost home. Several years, how dare you? So weird driving on the left last time you were in England. Yeah, the UK drive on the left as well. I've never actually driven in the UK, I don't think, so... Because normally when I go anywhere, I just use the public transport. I don't really drive in other places. Not that I can't, of course I can, but it's always just worked out. Because if I'm away and I'm seeing friends or I'm going places, I want to be able to have a drink. And obviously if I'm driving I can't do that, so yeah. If when you go back to Ireland you're never touching the steering wheel of a car. You mean when, Snowy, when you go back to Ireland you're never touching the steering wheel. Yeah, I know the UK's left as well. That's okay, Snowy, you don't have to. Hot can do it, or Kill will just pick you up. I'm sure he won't have an issue. If you fly into Knock, then you know you're sorted. And if you fly into Dublin and I'm free, I'll just pick you up. You're not getting in a car with hot driving either. Oh, he's a bit of a fucking maniac, is he? Well, look, it's not like you're gonna, in Ireland anyway, it's not like you're gonna need to have a car. Because depending on where you fly, like I'm in Dublin, so I can drive you around Dublin. And if you go to Knock, Caustic and Kill are there, so they can drive you around there as well. And then sure, I'd be over to see us all as well anyway, so there'll be multiple cars to get you to locations, so you won't need a car. Don't want to sit next to the left side driver. Well, that's it. You'll be sitting in the driving seat anyway for you, from your point of view, because you'll be sitting in the left side of the car. I'm sitting on the right side driving, so you know it's right-hand drive here. You get used to it after the first couple of takeovers. Scares will pass. Yeah, I think Snowy's point is he's done it. The last time they visited Ireland, I think they were driving. So he's been there, done that, and doesn't want to fucking do it again. Not sure if he can get a direct to Knock, so probably Dublin again. Alright. Yeah, that's Knock is a bit finicky depending on where you're travelling from. So it really depends. So do I, Tanagarian. I've always enjoyed driving. I've never driven on the right hand side of the road, so that would be something I'd have to get used to, of course, but I mean it's not going to be that big a deal, I'd imagine. One of my brothers done a drive down the coast of America a few years ago, and he said he's been like after an hour or so, he just kind of completely became normal that he's driving on the right side of the road. Always on the wrong side of the road, yep. That's it. I mean, I can go into the lane on my right there just to make you feel better. Now this is all one way anyway, so it's fine. It's one dual carriageway. But you can pretend it's a single lane and that there's traffic driving the other side and ignore the left lane, and it'll feel like, oh, is Mayo town in Ireland? Mayo is a county in Ireland, so it's one of the counties. Yeah, so County Mayo. So to get from Dublin to Mayo, so I've gone Mayo to Dublin. So we start obviously in County Mayo, then went to County Roscommon, then County Longford, then County Westmeath, County Meath, County Kildare, and then County Dublin. That is the journey you take, well, the journey I took. So Mayo, Roscommon, Longford, Westmeath, Meath, and then Dublin. Right now I am still in Kildare, sorry, Westmeath, Kildare I should say, not Westmeath and then Dublin. So I'm still in Kildare, but within the next, where's County Ups missed the turn? That's anywhere you want, Snowy. That's every county in any county. So I think I got about 10 minutes. No missed turns this time, right? No, absolutely no missed turns this time. So I didn't have to deal with that. No missed turns last time either. Almost won, but I didn't. On the journey over, I almost missed the turn. Then I was realising that I don't take this straight. I actually have to take this right turn. And I almost didn't take the right turn. No issues, just directly there. I'm a little worried about this container now, so it's leaking a little bit. It's because of the angle, all the liquid is pushed up against one side of it. And it's over the lid, so it's touching off the top of the lid, and obviously tiny drops are starting to leak out a little. Too dark for the internals to find our way. Oh, internet's to find our way, sorry, yeah. No. It's never too dark for that. I'm not at that point though. Like when I say I have 10 minutes left, that's not 10 minutes till I'm home. That's 10 minutes till I kill the stream. And then another 5 to 10 minutes till I'm home. I know exactly what road I'll do it on. As much as I love you all, I'm not giving you a direct route to my house. Some of you already know where I live anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, I don't need that out on the internet. And it's not about the people, yeah, it's not about the people that are watching my stream so much as it is about the random weirdos who may come across a VOD, or like, it's out there, it's on the internet, the internet is forever, you know. So I don't mind certain places, like for example Kill wouldn't give a fuck because his place is publicly listed. It's a business, you know what I mean? You want people knowing about it. They want people to come there and stay as guests. But yeah, that's not the case for me. Like, there's people in the chat who have my address. It's not an issue. Switch the street, tall cams, follow me home. Yeah, that's what I want. That's why I'm secretly saying this stuff, because I want just now to try. And I'll be waiting. With nothing but a rose in my mouth, laying on the bed, asking what took you so long. And if that isn't a fucking horrifying image, I don't know what is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in Dublin. Kinky and sexy. So that is the final county. We are back in Dublin. Oh, you haven't heard what I'm going to do when you get there, though, Tanagarian. Just saying. I'll make you feel like a woman again. Even though you're not a woman, I'll still make you feel like a woman again. Oh, shit. We are getting close to the part where I say goodbye. We're not there yet, but it's getting closer. All you ever wanted. We're divulging your secrets now. Whatever you want, whatever way you want to feel, you do you. It's all good. Thank you, Magoo. I will catch you, no doubt, on your stream shortly. I will be lurking if nothing else, but I'll pop in and say hello. I gotta get home, get all my shit packed, or unpacked, and then go to the shop and get some food, because I have nothing in my fridge. And if I want to eat tonight, I'll need something in my fridge. Thank you, Tanagarian. See you soon, dude. Oh, nice. Enjoy your concert, man. And thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Who are you going to see? If you're not gone already. Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, Magoo. No doubt. I'll definitely do my best to catch some of your stream and pop in anyway. I do have to get a few things done, but you're not streaming yet, are you? You're not going for a little bit, so I should be able to catch you. So who are you going to see, Tanagarian? What concert is it? Enjoy whatever meal I'll be getting then. Yeah, I don't know. Half of me's like, fuck it, just get a takeaway, but I'll see how I feel when I need to go buy food in so I actually have breakfast and shit tomorrow. Oh, a friend of yours will be jamming. Ah, nice. Even better. Going to catch a friend's band in a bar is always excellent. I'll enjoy the hell out of it, man. You're going for a pizza in a bit? Nice. So many delicious things. I kind of veering towards pasta, but then Chinese pops into my head. I'm like, oh, I could have a Chinese. That'd be nice. I don't know. I'll see when I get home what I feel like. I gotta spend a bit of time with the dog. He hasn't seen me in like nearly 6 weeks. But I gotta get everything unpacked, go shopping, get some food in, play with my dog for a while, and then see what time I have left. couple of drinks, something to eat, some music, friends. Yeah, it sounds like a fantastic time. That is always a great time to be had. Enjoy the hell out of it, man. Okay, so this, my beautiful people, is where we say goodbye. I'm gonna finish up here now, but thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for the lurking, thank you for the chatting. Yeah, just thanks for being here and keeping me company on my journey back. It's very much appreciated. Streams should come back to some kind of normality because I'll be back home. So all going well, I will see some of you tomorrow when I will be playing some DVD and trying to work on my rank again. But yeah, thank you everyone. Have a fantastic night, and I will catch you next time. Laters.